Manchester United then 2-1 winners at Anfield. That's Liverpool's first Premier League loss at Anfield since last September. First time they've lost 4 straight matches across all competitions, going back more than a decade. We take a look at the top half of the Premier League. Arsenal sitting pretty right now. First place with 19 points from 8 games. Manchester City second, Bournemouth third, and Liverpool sitting right there in fourth. For more on this one, we welcome in our good friend and colleague, Frank LeBoeuf. Frank, I'll get your thoughts on this game in just a minute, but Stevie, we got to start with you. I feel like there was a lot of problems for Liverpool today. Can you pick one that for you was the biggest?
Pick one?
Yeah, what was the biggest problem today?
My goodness. I don't know that there's just one big problem. I think there are so many big problems.
List them in order of importance.
And the one thing, well, we sat and we watched one of the title contenders in Arsenal yesterday. And I said yesterday, you know, titles are, you start at the back. Defences win titles. And that's why Liverpool's got no chance now of winning this title.
No chance?
How can you possibly win a title when your back four are in so much disarray that you can't defend against anybody? I mean, Manchester United should have been 2 up at half-time. Bruno Fernandes let Liverpool off the hook when he hit the post and it went wide. I mean, Conor Bradley looks half the player that he was when he burst on the scene. You know, Konate has had a terrible start. Virgil van Dijk, to me, looks as though he's trying to do too much. He's trying to cover too much. And Kerkez looks out his depth. Now, that's the base of your team. And when that isn't functioning, it's not functioning when the opposition are getting at them, but it's not functioning with the ball either, because when they're coming out, every man and his dog doesn't want to pass the ball to Kerkez. You've lost the left-hand side of your attack before you even start. So when you go down the right, we're looking at Mo Salah, who looks like he's forgotten how to play the game. I mean, as fantastic as he's been, absolutely, I mean, lights out sensational for Liverpool. But right now, Kerkez and unfortunately Mo Salah right now, both of them are passengers. And you cannot win titles with passengers on your team. And not only can you not win with passengers, when the other 9 are not exactly hitting the heights either, you see what happens. You can absolutely lose to a Man United side who, with all due respect, it was about hard work, it was about defending, it was about covering each other, and then they took advantage of the opportunities that came their way. That's what Liverpool were up against. They weren't up against Real Madrid or Barcelona or anybody else. They were up against a hard-working team today, and they couldn't break them down and couldn't stop them going the other way. I mean, Liverpool played like a basic, average Premier League team.
Yeah, the defence wasn't very good. The attack, though, to Stevie's point, wasn't much better.
We'll get to Man United and the sort of praise that they should get, because they've come into this game in a bad way, and they played as well as they could, got the result. So we'll get to them. There's so much with Liverpool to unpack here. I understand the Kerkez, the Mo Salah is glaring. I think it starts with leadership, and you can include the manager in that, but we'll get to him. Leadership is your star players. Your star players are Mo Salah, who's not taking the bull by the horns, and I actually think Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk, to me, is not leading at the moment, he's blaming. And Kerkez is having a bad time. There's no doubt about it. He's getting swallowed up by the pressure of going in with these big players in this huge football club with these big expectations. But I don't think it helps when your captain's looking at him every 2 minutes and blaming him or digging him out. Even at the end, the clearance that comes off Kerkez's face, what's he supposed to do?
Right.
He's tucking in behind Van Dijk, and Van Dijk's turning around and he's gesturing to him. The crowd see it, and I just don't think that helps the situation. Now, Andy Robertson's big boots to fill, because he's been a great left back for a few years, but he can't really do it anymore. So Stevie and I have talked about this, about maybe taking him out the pressure cooker, but Robertson's been struggling for club and country. But then you get to Arne Slot, and you talk about team selection. That's 4 defeats in a row. They were playing their biggest rivals historically at home. He's once again favoured Isak over their most informed player in Ekitike. Ekitike should have played at Chelsea, and he should have played today.
Told you wasn't going to start.
You did say he wasn't going to start. He should have played.
Yeah.
Alexander Isak's a great player, but he's missed a chunk of pre-season, and since Ekitike has come in, he's looked sharp as a tack. So he's not only playing a player who's not quite ready yet in Alexander Isak, he's denting the confidence of another. And we talked all week about Man United being weak in the middle of the park and somehow shoehorning Florian Wirtz in there to expose Casemiro, and he chose not to. I think that one to me is more debatable. I don't really think the Ekitike one should be. So there's lots of things here are falling on the senior players, but there's also a lot, I think, falling at the feet of the manager, saying your selections of these star players in the last 3 or 4 games, you could argue he's getting it wrong.
You know, there are certain things in football that were around 100 years ago that still are very important today. It's not always about the tactics and all the fancy play and all the philosophies and all of that nonsense. There are basic things that you have to do to win a football game. And the one thing that stood out more than anything to me today, and I put this down more to Arne Slot not doing anything about it than the players on the field. Manchester United, at no stage today, tried to play the ball out from the back. This was going to be, and you could see it after 5 minutes, this was going to be about second balls. And second balls, winning second balls has been around for 100 years. And Manchester United won every single second ball today. Whether it was on the halfway line, whether it was in either of the penalty boxes. I mean, there is nothing positive you can say about this Liverpool side in terms of tactics or just getting the basics right. And in that particular occasion, to me, that's down to the manager. Because as soon as you see that the opposition are not playing it out and they're going to be kicking it long, because Van Dijk and Konate were winning every single first header, but it was second ball that was the most important thing. And Man United played for that. And it was part of why they were so good in the first half. Because they played it long, they won the second ball, and then they were putting people through. Slot did nothing about it. And leadership on the field, Salah, Van Dijk, you got a World Cup winner in McAllister, but nobody spotted it. Nobody did anything about it. And it just continued every single time.
Just briefly before we go to Frank, not on any analysis of the tactics or the performance. On a technicality, and it was a difficult one, you asked me about it, on a laws of the game as we sit here now, the referee should have blown the whistle for the Van Dijk elbow hitting the back of McAllister's head. Now, the out from the referee to the VAR was that he didn't see it was a head knock and allowed the game to go on. And look, we can debate whether he saw it or not. I can understand he saw Mbemo getting up, which he did, picked himself up, ran past Van Dijk, by the way. That's not Kerkez's fault. You know, it's not Kerkez's fault that Mbemo runs by Van Dijk and then he's looking at Konate to come and help him. But my issue with this is it's a head knock or not. Now, McAllister goes to the ground. We saw in the highlight, he's holding his head. I think the referee saw it, was unsure what to do, let the game go, and then said in his microphone to his colleagues he didn't see it. So that was his out, taking nothing away from United. The defender from Liverpool then wasn't good enough, but technically that should have been stopped on the spot.
Frank, the boys are hammering Liverpool, especially the back line. You're a World Cup winning defender. What are you seeing from this Liverpool defense?
I agree, but it's not only the back line. I mean, the two guys, you know, said it all. I mean, it's a squad problem, it's a coach problem, it's the individual choices that Slot made today, and he made mistakes. And I agree, Isak shouldn't have played. Ekitike has to play, and there is no debate. And I don't care if they pay 130 million for the guy. He's not ready yet. He's lacking confidence. He shouldn't have played. For me, only Gakpo tried, hit the post 3 times, so he's the only one who survived. But really, most players, most of them are only the shadow of themselves. and they lost what makes Liverpool a special club, the spirit, the fighting spirit. We don't see that anymore. We saw kind of senators where Van Dijk is I agree with Craig. That guy is the leader when he has the ball. Very nice, not serving everybody, but defensively he's not there anymore. He's not the captain, the best defender in the world that I've used to see. He's not there, he's not commanding well. Konate is doing what he can, and he's also guilty on many occasions. We see players doing stuff like, yeah, Bradley, the young Bradley, is not the player that we saw. And we say, okay, Trent is going, Bradley is going to play, he's good enough, he's ready. No, he's not. What about Salah? I mean, the chance he has, I mean, that's not the world-class Salah that we used to see. He's 3 yards away from the goal, and he shoots 3 yards away from the goal. So that's absolutely crazy. But again,